Do you achieve your sales target every month continuously? Are you running out of sales on some months in your sales pipeline? If so, how can you fix that? Can you accurately predict the sales in your sales pipeline? Don't worry, you can find answers for all these questions by understanding one important component in selling: sales cycle. Hi, welcome to my Sales Mastery channel. I'm Kitsiri, a corporate trainer in sales, personal development and motivation. I'm here to help you to increase your sales and to grow your business. Sometimes you may be thinking, what is all about sales cycle? Sometimes you may be know what is all about sales cycle. Okay, I will going to explain you with a very simple example. Now think about a butterfly, how the butterfly evolves. It has to follow sequential of steps. It has to become an egg, then the caterpillar, then the pupa, then the beautiful butterfly. Now I'm asking, can the egg directly become the butterfly? No, it cannot be like that. Can the caterpillar directly become the butterfly? No, it can't be like that. Because each and every stage is very important. Just like a links of a chain. So every link is very important for the strength of the chain. So therefore, you have to follow this sequence, you have to follow these steps continuously, sequentially. Otherwise, you will not become the butterfly. Selling process also like this. You have to follow a sequence. There are a list of stages that you have to follow based on your product, based on your services. So you have to follow all these stages to get the final sale. Now, no matter whatever the industry at the moment you are working, so you have to understand your sales stages in the sales cycle. That's a very good question. Now think about a situation that you go for a social gathering and you are having a drink and you mingle with the people, and suddenly an unknown person approaches to you, and no sooner he is having a chat with you, he is offering you a credit card to purchase. What happened this time? You feel embarrassed, you feel uncomfortable, sometimes you feel annoyed. Why? Because you have not built any relationship with this guy, and this guy doesn't know any clue about the sales cycle, and because of that reason he has ruined the name of the company, and not only that, he has lost a potential customer forever. Now can you imagine the importance of sales cycle? So therefore, no matter whatever the industries you are in, so you have to understand the stages of sales cycle very carefully. There is no hard and fast rule for the number of stages in the sales cycle. It depends on your industry, it depends on the product or service you are going to sell. However, in a basic sales cycle, there are 4 stages. Please understand, before you go any of these stages, you have to ask 2 important questions by yourself. Because as I told you earlier, each stage is very important in the cycle. Each link is very important for the chain, just like that. So therefore, the 2 questions. Number 1, what is my primary objective at this stage? Number 2, what is my primary activity to achieve that objective? These are the 2 questions that you have to ask. You have to ask and you have to get the solutions and you have to act on that. Because you know why? When you do the initial stages of the sales cycle diligently, the rest of the cycles will be very easy for you. You have to follow the ideal type of customers at this stage. But you have to be very careful at this stage, because you tend to lose the money, you tend to waste the money and time and resources at this stage, because when you are not cascading down your niche. So therefore, I have done a video for you. Please click the link below and you can see how you can exactly identify your target audience and the target customers. Now, how to identify the prospects? I'm going to offer you 3 criteria. If a customer fulfills these 3 criteria, it's a prospect. But please understand, there are more than 3 criteria. Some organization, they are having 5 criteria, 7 criteria, 6 criteria. It depends on your organization, it depends on your industry. These are the 3 fundamentals that you have to consider. Number 1, the customer should have an interest for your product or service. Number 2, he or she should have money to buy your product or service, or the organization should have a budget to buy your product and services. Number 3, he or she should have an urgency to buy your product and services. It may be one person, it may be an organization. Have an interest, should have to have a budget or money, should have to have an urgency. Now imagine you meet a customer, he's having an interest, he's having an money, but he wants to buy your service or product on next year. It will not fall into your sales quota. So therefore, he is not a prospect. Imagine another situation that you find a customer who is interested in your product and he wants to buy, he is having urgency as well, but he doesn't have money. He is not a prospect. Don't waste the time at this stage for the non-prospects. You can keep the site until they become prospects. But you have to focus at this stage for the prospects, and you have to find at this stage as much as possible the prospects. At this stage, you want to unveil the needs of the customers. Sometimes you can't see the proper needs or the burning issues of the customers. So therefore, you have to ask from the client. You have to have a lot of meetings with the clients. And you want to go to the clients and you have to have face-to-face meetings. Sometimes you want to call over the phone and you want to build the relationships. You want to make an appointment with the customers. But please understand, this stage is very challenging. Why I'm telling like that? Because most of the time you get rejected, you get discouraged. Therefore, keep the enthusiasm with you. And please understand, out of the time in the sales cycle, like over 60% of the time you have to spend at this stage. That has to be there. And so the primary objective is at this stage. So you want to find out the burning issues or the paining points of the customers. And a lot of salespeople, what they are doing is they skip this stage and they go into the presentation mode and they do the normal standard presentation. But please understand, it is totally wrong. First of all, you have to understand and ask the customers different questions. And you want to unveil their real requirement or the real need. At this stage, you are going to offer the solution to the clients in an understandable way for the problems you have already identified at the interview stage. Why understandable way? Because the reason is, there might be decision makers who are non-technical people. So therefore, you have to avoid the technical jargons and you have to put the message in a very simple format. Sometimes there might be the technical people. So in that case, you have to bring the technical experts from your organization. Sometimes there may be people who are financial oriented people. In that case, you have to bring your financial expert in the organization. So you have to understand very carefully the audience for your presentation. Because before you go any presentation, so you have to understand who are the audience. Are they technical people, non-technical people, or the financial oriented people? The best corporate presentation I have ever watched is Steve Jobs' iPhone presentation. I kindly recommend you to watch that video and get insights out of that. Now, the primary objective at this stage is offer the solution to the clients. I would like to call it as solution package rather than the solution, and we call it value proposition. And here, what we are going to do is, sometimes if you can offer the unique solution package to the client, there is a chance you can stand out from the rest. And we are calling it unique value proposition. You don't need to worry about these technical terms, but please understand, at the end of the day, if you can deliver your message and if you can communicate your message in an understandable way, and if you can provide your solution to the client satisfactory way, that you are there. Some people name this stage as closing stage. I would like to define it as transactional closure, because we are not going to close the sale. We will continue that. We are going to close the transaction only. And also please understand, transactional closure in the sense, we are not only interest purchase order, but also we are interest payment as well. Because nothing will happen to your company unless we collect the payment. And many salespeople, they are interested in collect the purchase order. That's true. That's okay. But at the same time, please understand, so you have to have an objective to collect the payment on time at this stage. Many salespeople, they stop at the transactional closure stage. But the smart people like you, they go for another stage. We are calling referral stage. At the referral stage, what you are going to do, you earn the referrals from the customer. Please understand the word earn the referrals. How you are going to earn the referrals? You go an extra mile and delight the customer. You deliver what you have promised and delight the customer. What will happen then? He will recommend you to another client. And therefore what happen? Your sales cycle will be shortened. So, when we go through the sales cycle, it demands a lot of time, it demands a lot of energy, it demands a lot of resources from our company. So therefore, if we can shorten our sales cycle, it would be really great. But this is the chance that you can shorten your sales cycle, because you don't need to introduce yourself to the client. You don't need to build the relationship with that client, because your friend, the delighted customer, he has already done that stuff. So you want to continue from that stage onwards. So therefore, please understand, as a smart salesperson, so you have to go for another stage, and that is what we call the referral stage. I hope this video is helpful for you. On the next video, I am going to present you how you can make your next sales presentation outstanding. Hope to see you on next time. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video, read below information, and subscribe to my channel. I will offer you more videos like this to improve your sales and to grow your business. Have a great day.